All right, let's do this thing. Matt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Which one?
Matt, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Did you know? Here's the deal. You're getting ready for a motorcycle trip, right?
Okay.
Like before you came up here.
Uh-huh.
And you're like shopping around one night and you're drinking too much whiskey. You're drunk shopping. Because we actually, in the law-abiding biker store, encourage you to drink as much as humanly possible while you're shopping in our store.
Only good decisions come out of that.
Correct.
It's all about decisions.
Most people would say be responsible and don't drink and shop. We actually have the opposite philosophy.
How'd
we
that work out for you?
We prefer you drink, and then when after your wife goes to bed, get the credit card out and shop in our store. But here's the beautiful deal: is you want something, you're like, I got to go on this trip, babe. I got to go on this trip, and you know what? We paid all the bills and I don't got enough coins in my pocket. I need that in my life. I need that Rick Rack quick detach system in my life. Well,
what's my solution, Ryan?
the solution is you can get it, because now you know that you can get it and you can pay in 4 equal payments, interest free.
Interest free.
Interest free with shop pay installments integrated right into the law-abiding biker store. So you can get that item. You can be happy and you won't have any remorse in the morning about shopping drunk, because you know you got 4 equal payments, interest free. There you go. That's how it's done. We got
BDK. You need to hook it up right now.
There you go. We got an email. Do you want to handle this, Lurch?
Okay. So we have an email from a patron member, and her name is Susan Rogers of Lawton, Oklahoma. And she says, my name is Susan Rogers, and I am a patron member. I wanted to say thank you for all the information on the podcast. I just finished podcast 94. Oh, my God. That was a little while ago.
Nice.
Jeez. I feel like that was 200 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I learned that my helmet was not the best protection. I will be buying a new one. I always wear my helmet because I do not trust other drivers to watch out for motorcycles. Smart. I am learning a lot about the motorcycle world, and what I did not know. The information on the podcast and video are very helpful and informative. I own a V-Star 650, but sold it due to going to school full-time and working. I'm interested in a Harley trike and a girl, and was wondering if I have to do my first oil change through them. Oh, no, you don't. We'll get to that in a second. I know I can do my own oil change and keep detailed records of it, but was wondering about on a new bike. I love watching all the documentary videos. Thank you for watching that you produce. Great job. I will be recording my trip as soon as I can. Oh, a future
documentarian.
Documentarian. Okay.
Is that a word? I just made it up.
I don't know. It sounded good.
Sounds legit.
I'm looking forward to my own adventure. Keep up the good work. And here is Ryan's response. Thank you for your kind words, Susan. And thanks for being a patron member and supporting our efforts. I can't talk today.
Affidavits.
Thank you for our
Get him another whiskey.
It is what keeps us going. You can do your first oil change on your trike at 1,000 miles as a break-in service. There's nothing specific stating that you can't do it. It's no different than the routine 5,000-mile service. It's just a break-in service, as many metals shavings happen during the break-in period, and you want to flush out your fluid. So basically, all that metal's starting to wear in, get rubbing each other, and you're going to have a little more metal in your first oil change, so you want to do it around 1,000. I hope this helps.
Very nice. And thank you for sending in that email and that question. lawabidingbiker.com/contact is how she got a hold of us. You can leave an email over there. Of course, we would love to have it in voicemail form, because we love to hear your beautiful voices out there. And at lawabidingbiker.com/contact, you can leave a voicemail from your built-in microphone in your computer or your phone from anywhere in the world for free, and then we can play it. But we thank you very much. And yes, you can do your own services. Those are some of our long-standing, best-selling videos. We've got one on pre-Milwaukee 8 and and then the Milwaukee 8. So whether you have a Milwaukee 8 or pre-Milwaukee 8, we've got videos, complete service videos, everything the dealership does. And we show you in very much detail how to do it, so that you can save your $350 each time you have to do an oil change and service. And of course, a ton of free videos on YouTube, such as changing your own brake pads and hydraulic fluid, brake fluid, all that kind of stuff, guys. If you want to get our premium for purchase service videos, lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos is how you get there, or you can just go to the main website and hover across the top, and you can go to videos and then go down and to purchase videos, premium on-demand videos. It's all right there. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos is the direct URL on how to get there. And thank you for taking the time, Susan Rogers, for leaving us an email. We appreciate it very much. Hey, Backaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda, or the new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. I like it, the gold. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of Zero 3D products. Houston,
Tell me about it.
do you want to ride longer?
I do.
Are you tired of your sore and achy ass?
It's so sore.
Does it sore?
It's so sore.
Does it ache too?
Yes.
Does it throb?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
All right. Then
What can I
fix
do about it?
Fix it, dang it, Houston, with the high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. Oh, yeah, once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. I think we should get this party started.
Let's do it.
Oh, gosh, yes. Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
large and in charge of the motorcycle scene. That's right. By listening to this podcast, by watching, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
There you go. We do have just one question for you before we get started. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Mount up. Let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Wild ass ride.
Whose voice is that? I don't know. It's a mysterious voice. There we go. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast and your
High-tech redneck.
very nice. We do have the man, the myth, the legend in the house here, the Chief Operations Officer. That's why I hired him. That's all he's paid to do.
Hot.
That's it. That's all I pay him for is that. And you're done. You're done.
Thank you.
All right, your
Thank you
job's done for
Thank you
today.
very much.
All right, and we got a couple other faces in the house here. If you listened to the last episode, a previous episode, you heard these guys because we just got off the back of a live public broadcast. Most of the broadcasts we do, the video, live video and chat is for patron members only, as this episode is for patron members only. If you're hearing it in regular podcast format, we recorded this months ago. We give all early access and the live video broadcast and chat mostly to our patron members. It goes in their accounts. That's just one of the many benefits for being a patron member. We have a patron member in the house. We got Matt, right? Matt Haywood.
Right, Matt.
Right, Matt.
Right, man.
Not left.
Right, Matt.
Right.
I'm left, Matt.
Yep, in the house. And then we got Houston,
That's me. I'm middle Houston.
middle Houston.
He's the meat in the
I
middle of
am
the Matt
meat
sandwich.
of the Matt sandwich.
Yep, and our patrons are seeing this. If you saw the video, he is in the middle. He's the meat sandwich. So we appreciate you guys being back on the mics here for a second episode. We've got an awesome episode for you guys, and we want to do this episode because we've got Matt Haywood, patron member, right here in the studio. I've been up here for a couple days, and we've been hanging out and riding along with Houston. But this episode is going to be all about, what shall we call it? Carry of concealed weapons while riding motorcycles, and your options and laws and different things like that. So we're going to get into it, and you'll understand in a minute why I think Matt Haywood was the best person to bring on for this episode. He's got a lot of knowledge and will explain his background, but that's what it's going to be about. But I do want to announce a new free video because we are pumping the videos and content out, the podcast. Me and Lurch are working hard. And Squid was over the other day, and Big Daddy, and we're just cranking out the videos. A bunch of videos are in edit, so look forward to those videos coming out on the YouTube channel. Get subscribed. This is one of our newest free videos. It's actually older, but we're just announcing it. How to remove stock Harley fork reflectors and gas tank logos. It's a DIY video. It's very short, but if you want to get those off your bike without scratching your paint, please don't use screwdrivers and things like that. Or you can hire Popeye, who's
fingertips.
He can get his fingertips in there and take them off.
And rip it.
He did that to
Cowboy's bike, I think.
No, he did it to Tanner's bike.
Oh, it was Squid.
Squirt,
Popeye, one of those guys.
Squite.
But we show you if you don't have if you don't eat spinach and you're not Popeye,
Sailor Man.
then we got a way you can do it, and it's little tips and tricks like that. So that new free video, I'll put it in the show notes. lawabidingbikers.com/whatever episode number this is how you get the show notes and everything we talk about. Now, we love our sponsors. We love our paid sponsors. They are the reason, a big reason that we continue on down the road. But we want to thank the following people because they are a direct reason that we can continue our mission to help, educate, entertain as many bikers as we can worldwide. And they're some of our newest patron members, and we want to thank them right now.
So first we got Ken Ronquima of La Quinta, California. Leo Massaro
It's Quinta.
La Quinta?
You're from California, isn't it La Quinta?
It is La Quinta.
It depends on how you want to pronounce it. La Quinta, La Quinta.
All right, it's your accent.
All right.
I'll give it to you.
I'm not Washingtonian. So we also have Leo Massaro of Henderson, Nevada, just outside my hometown. And Sean Price of Wichita, Kansas.
Then we got Shannon Gonzalez of San Antonio, Texas. She's top tier. And Wesley Grills of Wellington, Ohio. Mike Lissick of Yorba Linda, California. He's also top tier.
Some Californians. Look at that, boys.
Look at that.
Both from California yourselves.
Represent.
Brian Monroe of Kingsport, Tennessee. Andy McBriar of We Don't Know Where the Hell. And Jason Glover of Nashville, North Carolina.
Finishing it off, Douglas Lowe of Tacoma, Washington, right here in Washington State. Donald Moore of Kyle, Texas. And Bob Woolen of Sisters, Oregon. Wow, Sisters, Oregon. Yeah, I've been through there.
Neat little area.
lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap on it. There are many benefits for becoming a member, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get into that private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone, guys. It's nothing but bikers helping bikers. I guarantee it's the best motorcycle forum on the interwebs. You get access to live video broadcasts like this and chat, podcasts early, premium videos up on request, and of course, access to those ride, meetup, and events. And not only the sanctioned law-abiding biker ride, meetup, and events that we do yearly, but they're doing a bunch of ride, meetup, and events right in the private Facebook group. The members amongst themselves.
Unsanctioned,
all over the United States. And we do have a lot of international members, and we hope that bleeds over in internationally. But there are literally East Coast rides and Midwest rides and all kinds of stuff going on. And a lot of people making friends in there and riding buddies. And these guys in the last episode, we talked about it, but they rode up and they stopped by patron member Brad Johnston's house down in Oregon just because they were coming up from California, and he fed them a steak and egg breakfast and took care of them. And you're having a patron member over to stay, Bob Rossi, at your house, right?
Yes, sir.
Matt, yep. He's coming over, and this community is huge in that private Facebook group, and it's a troll-free zone. It's heavily moderated, and that the people in there are paying and they want to be in there. There's no stupid question in there. I've never once seen somebody ask a question and be called stupid because we wouldn't allow it, number one. And we know some people are at the very beginning of their experience in motorcycling, all the way up to people like Mark Arnold, who is mechanically he knows way more than me. And guys like him and there's many others. Brad Johnson's very knowledgeable. There's so many in there that will help you, and they will never call you stupid, even if it's a beginner question. And that's the kind of community that we've built in that private Facebook group. So it's definitely worth. Don't be afraid if you're brand new to motorcycling that there's a bunch of experts that are going to make fun of you in there. That's what happens on the forums, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to create a safe place where no question is dumb and it'll get answered. And a lot of people have had the same problem, and you're having a problem with your bike right now. Houston, what's going on with your bike?
Yeah, that's correct, man. I'm getting that low idle once I pull in the clutch and start to come to a stop. If I'm not on the gas, it wants to either die or the low idle, and we're still trying to figure it out. But like you said, I'm new to the motorcycle world. I'm only 3 years into this, so I'm learning as I go.
Yep, absolutely. And that's the kind of questions we've seen in the private Facebook group get asked, because I guarantee there's somebody in there that has had the same exact thing. And they'll just tell you, oh, I had the same exact thing and it's this. And we got to get him accepted into the private face. He's not in there, into the private Facebook group.
Why are you not in there?
I don't know.
Well,
should I be in there?
Well, Adam, should be in there.
Decisions.
Yeah, maybe we don't want him in there.
I'll do it right now.
I don't know. Yeah. You don't have to do it right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now. You need to pay attention. You can't multitask.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Calm down, bud.
By the way, if you find yourself in Sisters, Oregon, I highly recommend that you go to Crater Lake Distillery, and they have some tasty beverages there. Not just vodka, because that's what.
Did we go there?
We have not.
We have not. I was going to say,
there.
I've been to Sisters. I haven't been to that, though.
It's just outside of Sisters. But next time you're down there, there's a distillery called Crater Lake. And most people just see the Crater Lake vodka, but they actually have some really good bourbons and some gins, too. So stop in, have a taste.
So you know how that works, right? The distilled beverages start out as vodka, then it goes to gin, and then it goes to whiskey and bourbons. It's all a staged process.
Nice.
That's awesome.
We got Wikipedia on a mic right there. That's actually good information.
It is. They have it all right there. But their gin, which I'm not a huge gin fan. I like it occasionally, but they've got a gin that doesn't taste like juniper, like tree sap. It's
I don't mind that.
Do you know the difference?
I love gin.
There's a berry that they use. It's different. Yeah.
Do you know the difference between vodka and gin?
Well, one tastes good and one doesn't.
There's only one difference.
Berries?
Yep.
Juniper berries.
That's it.
Okay.
Nice.
The
Juniper berries, that's what makes it taste piney. Piney.
And they don't use juniper berries at the Crater Lake. They use some other berry.
Then it's not real gin.
Oh.
Well, fuck. I mean,
Knocking you
I don't
down.
own it. I don't own it. I'm just telling you.
Dude, you're out of your league here.
It just tastes good.
We were going to talk about firearms. We got a liquor expert here.
Listen, Mats, you guys better settle down.
I'm gonna Google
My name is Matt Haywood, and I am an alcoholic.
Yeah, right.
Google this.
We got a liquor expert here.
It's a different berry.
He's a good liquor.
God damn. Now we got to look it up.
All right.
Next.
All right. Last episode, we looked up bee's knees.
Yeah.
I mean, what could be worse than that? All right. So, yeah, we got a liquor expert in the house, but let's get into our main topic. Matt, if you want to give a little bit of your background, including go into your, firearms background and then your company and all that kind of stuff, set the stage, set the foundation so that, when we start saying stuff, people know that you're not full of shit.
Okay.
Are you full of shit either way? Or?
There's nothing I can do to save
right.
that one.
All right.
So I was a police officer for 14 years. During that time, obviously, I'm carrying a firearm. I was heavily interested in firearms training as a police officer, became a firearms instructor. Unfortunately, my law enforcement career ended due to an on-duty traffic collision. And once I recovered from that, started working at a local retail gun shop, was really involved in the training part of that, and realized that kind of rekindled my love for teaching and for firearms. So when I decided to leave that retail gun store, I decided to open up my own firearms training business. And my main focus is beginner firearms as well as concealed carry training in the lovely state of California. If you're not familiar, California has the most firearm laws on record in the entire country. And there are many states right now currently trying to model their current gun laws after California's, including this state right here, Washington.
You guys got some good leadership down there. Some good leadership going on down there in California.
I
stop
plead
that.
the fifth. Yes.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're
My
right.
head cold. No, I've been sick for a week. You know that. You've been working with me every day. I can't believe you're not sick.
I'm immune to your bullshit.
Because you drink so much. It's killing every virus that
There's
could possibly. Nothing can live in you.
Nothing.
Because there's.
It must be real gin.
I make an inhabitable environment for
Say it again.
viruses.
What was that?
Inhabitable environment.
You're starting to sound like you did last night. You need to stop.
That'll happen. I ain't stopping.
He won't remember any of this. It's fine. Anyways, so so good background, and you run a business now.
Yes, sir.
Did you shout out the name?
Yeah, so I'm the owner and lead instructor with Hard Focus Firearms Training. We're based out of Central California, more towards the foothills. We do everything from beginner introduction to firearms to everything to advanced concealed carry and actual CCW certifications for the state, as well as CCW or concealed firearm permits for the state of Utah.
Nice. So if somebody's interested in your training and or your services, how would one get a hold of you?
Very easy. Just visit my website. It's hardfocustraining.com, or I'm on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram under Hard Focus Firearms Training.
Nice. There you go, guys. Hit him up. And he's a fellow bikeaholic. So, you can trust right there, guys. So that's why we brought him in. He's got a lot of experience. And the episode I did with you, if you want to learn, he mentioned it lightly there about his 14 years as a law enforcement officer and then going out on a medical issue, collision. We did an episode together, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
LAB-305. So episode 260, which is riding motorcycles with back pain, issues, tips, and tricks. Very good episode, and I learned a lot. I don't suffer from nearly even close to the back pain that I talked to Matt about, but I have had my bouts with it. And he gave in that episode a whole bunch of really, really good information. So if you're riding motorcycles and you are suffering with any sort of back pain issues, there are things you can do, and we really break it down. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/260, or just look up 260 on whatever podcast app you are using. So we want to talk about, dive a little bit deeper. You have something?
I do.
Oh yeah. What,
Actually,
did you just raise your hand? No, we've known each other so long. I know the look. See that? I know the look.
That was pretty impressive.
That we've got something here.
Obviously, we're podcasting.
Hey, Left Matt, do you have something?
I do. we used to do this back in the day.
Right.
Put a hand
Now
up
we've
and-
been together so long. I knew it. I knew you had
I
something.
just lean off the mic a little bit and I look out.
He gave me the look.
He's over here Googling
So
things.
I'd like to
It's like the look
apologize.
your wife gives you.
You're right. Gin is made from juniper berries. So let me.
Oh.
So
Are you still Googling that?
Yeah,
He is.
Crater
You
Lake.
get so sidetracked.
Crater Lake Reserve dry gin. Crater Lake is in a league of its own. Handpicked Central Oregon juniper berries, coriander, bitter Seville orange peel, sweet glazed orange peel, and a grapefruit peel.
Sounds delicious.
Gives it bright floral aspects with a sweet citrus finish.
Interesting.
Distilled from corn and filtered 50 times. 50.
Wow.
That must take forever.
That's why it's so expensive. Oh no, that's just the
charcoal
taxes they
and
put on.
crushed red lava rock for a soft, creamy mouthfeel. The result.
Did you say creamy mouthfeel?
I did.
Oh my god.
The result
God.
I don't know if I want to try this gin.
Oh my.
is a spirit that earns its spot on the top shelf. It's really good. It's a tasty gin. I highly.
What's the name
recommend
of it?
A Crater Lake.
And we're not sponsored, but we should become sponsored.
We can work on that.
We don't need an alcohol sponsor. That'd be bad news, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. We do not need an alcohol sponsor.
I say make it happen.
Yeah, all right.
If
Yeah,
it
but
says
you
make
do
it
use
happen, I'm going to do it. I'm on it.
After last night's debacles, you don't need any sponsors. with
Oh, debacle.
alcohol.
We never got
we
that.
never got to his debacle.
Well,
We'll have to do the debacle in this one.
okay. Well, so
Not now.
Well, no, we can do it now.
Oh, well, let's do
But
it
here's
now.
the deal. Now that you've not set it up, I don't know where. So you know the debacle. So set it up enough so the audience
I
knows.
can't set it up. I don't even know.
you don't know the debacle?
I just told you make a note.
Okay, you got
Matt,
to. Does that make sense, Matt? Right, Matt? You got
What?
you got to set it up a little bit so the audience knows. Like, because the last episode we talked about, you guys.
Do you remember?
I do remember.
Okay, good.
So there was a debacle at the beginning of the trip, and we started talking about it. We said, hey,
their trip up here to Washington State.
we said, save that. We'll do it later.
I have it right here with asterisks.
Okay.
I
You
prefer
guys
to
are
say
building this
debacle.
up too much.
Okay, we're building it up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we're leaving I left my house at 5:30 in the morning on Friday. I'm supposed to meet him at 7:00 in Lodi, California. I get there and patron member Tim Ivy calls me and goes, "Hey, I just got off the phone with Houston. He doesn't have a gas cap." And I'm
Like never had one?
like,
or?
what the fuck happened?
He puts the rag in it. He just puts the rag in it. The t-shirt hanging out.
This idiot came down to my house. I showed him how to do a 3-hole change on his fucking bike.
Whoa, hold on. A what?
A three-hole change.
Oh, nice.
And after he leaves my house, he decides to go to a gas station to fill up the gas. No problem. But you know
what
what?
he needs, Ryan?
He didn't have the Rick Rack gas cap.
Yeah, buddy.
So he left his gas cap on top of the gas station, the gas
Sorry.
pump. And 2 weeks later, we're getting ready for this ride. He goes to get gas on his way to Lodi, and lo and behold, what's missing?
I you know what? I left the
Good
house.
bike inspection before safety inspection before you left.
Hold
your
on.
garage.
Everything was going so smooth.
Rear axle nuts missing. Front axle
everything
It was
Clamp.
going
Good.
so smooth. It was just so,
Everything looks good.
yeah. I was like on time and everything fit right, and then I go, all right, I'm gonna stop and get gas. Right, stop, open it up. You got to be joking me. And I knew exactly where I left it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I called Tim right away. I'm riding, calling Tim. Hey, Tim, what are you doing? Oh, I just got up and I'm getting ready to start work. All right, man. Hey, can you go find me a gas cap?
Nice.
Can you go find me a gas cap, man? I know you just started and I'm going to get there right at 7 because I timed this out perfectly, right? And no, we didn't find one.
Mind you,
You didn't.
the closest Harley dealership from where
Was
we were
Redding.
at was Sacramento.
Oh, Sacramento,
But
yeah.
they were not going to be open by the time we were rolling through Sacramento. So we either had to
right.
delay our trip for 2 hours or we just kept riding. So he rolled without a gas cap, pissing off all the environmentalists in California.
Are there environmentalists in California?
No.
There's only like 3.
There's just like 3.
So doing all the way until we actually got to Redding, California, where he spent a lovely $19 on a brand new
Sure.
gas cap when he could have spent $19
On a Rick
on
Rack
a Rick Rack
gas cap
keeper.
magnet.
Yep.
Hey,
Gas
remember
cap
we talked
keeper.
about this earlier. Live and learn, right?
Yep.
Decisions.
This is good though. He's
Live and
new.
learn.
He just isn't aware of all the law-abiding biker products that can save your ass.
I almost
save
went
your
to the-
gas cap.
Yeah. I almost went to the Harley dealership and purchased a whole new bike, which came with a gas cap.
For a smoking deal.
Yeah.
That's a good Harley owner right there. That's how you do it. Something breaks, you just buy a new
Hey,
Harley.
man, that one's got a gas cap. Right. You
Exactly.
should take that one.
$19. That's actually better than I would expect. Believe it or not, $19.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. I was surprised when he said 19. Yeah,
Did it have the Harley logo on it?
Yes, it
Well,
does.
they work better. You'll
Yes,
get
it
better
does.
gas mileage because it has that on
And
it.
an extra
Seriously.
5
absolutely.
horsepower.
Yeah,
I'm
at
surprised.
least.
I'm surprised it wasn't $100 because you know what HD stands
That's what I'm
for.
saying. When you
Yeah.
told me $19, I'm
Yeah.
actually like,
That's-
holy cow, that's a good deal, man.
With the logo, the logo alone's worth that.
Well, we need to get you hooked up with some products from the Law Abiding Biker Store, including your
What else?
quad lock.
He's so offended by my quad lock.
The quad lock. We need a proprietary case to use our
Can you
phone holder, dude. All they do is push commercials on Instagram. They're all over. Do you notice
Yeah.
in your Instagram
Yeah.
feed? And I don't even think they ride.
Well, try buying one. Then
Yeah.
it's all over it's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's
quad
on
lock.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, do not get. Yeah, I have nothing against them. If you want to get a quad lock, have at it. But with the biker gripper, you can use any case you want. And you don't have to use, that's what I've always liked about it. You don't have to, I tried, tested a couple with those proprietary cases. So we're going to don't worry, Houston, he's learning and he's humble about it. We're going to get him hooked up and we're going to get him a Rick Rack magnet gas cap keeper.
I'm going to be sent
I'm
up by
getting
the end of
texted,
this
hang
trip.
on.
You're getting airdropped.
Do I need to accept it?
You should.
Okay, well, hang on. I'm trying to. Let me see if I can hit enter. It's not letting me.
Just remember, he left
Can you
the room.
text it to me?
He did leave
Yeah,
the room.
I will.
Oh, see what happens, dude? Yeah, for some reason it airdropped over there. Yeah, text.
Okay.
Now I can't. Oh, you got me all locked up now, dude.
Oh, shit. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Your pads?
Yeah, the pads
all worked
all locked up, dude, because it tried to airdrop over there. I'm going to have to leave it there. But yeah, text it to me instead.
I did.
Okay. So is this something I could share with the audience?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if that's the cool thing, if you're a patron member and you're watching the live video here, you get to actually see what we're talking about here. Standing.
But if you're going to open our text, just open today's. Don't open last night's.
Okay. Yeah. No, I won't. Let's see.
Because I'm not sure what I might have texted you last night.
All right. I'll just pull up the picture, including.
Oh, live. Sorry.
You did a
Whoa,
live
look at
photo.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm bringing it up on the screen for the viewers. What are we looking at here?
It's just you and the boys doing a little podcast.
That's a good picture, dude.
Yeah.
You need to get that out to the socials.
It's no longer a Matt sandwich, though. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, you need to get that out to the socials, bro.
I'll do it right now.
Nice.
That's when you fold the bread in half.
So there's us podcasting right now. I got one empty shock top and a fresh one that Lurch just brought me.
What
you
a
can
nice
see
guy.
him right there.
That's
a
what
good
a
shot.
chief operations officer does.
That's right. That's right. Good. And we'll get rid of text. Yeah, you're actually off the screen now. So
I am?
no, the picture's off the
gotcha,
screen there.
Gotcha.
All right. So we're going to talk. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're going to talk about concealed carry and stuff and all that kind of good stuff. Let's do this real quick and then we'll get into it. Hey, Bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Zero 3D has the products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome and black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation. That equals less time installing and more time riding. Zero 3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years experience with a passion for design and innovation. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them. Sales at zero3d.com. Give them a call, 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged. So check out Zero 3D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Goldwings. Better yet, help support us. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of Zero 3D products. There you go, right there. Rocking the Zero 3D products. All right, so let's talk about the carry. Where do you want to start this? Right, Matt?
Well, let's actually just start. This is something that just I kind of thought about. You know, I was going through some of the past podcasts and I was listening to episode number 160, which is actually titled Carrying a Firearm While Riding Motorcycles. And that was actually done with patron member Russell Roberts. And that was quite a few years ago. And I figured, you know what? Laws in particular to this subject change often. In our state, they can change almost daily. So I thought it would be a good time to kind of revisit this topic and, let's go over it, especially with a lot of these states going to what they're considering constitutional carry.
Nice. So, and I'll just be quite honest. This is going to be a good episode for me because I'm not completely, and I think Lurch too will admit, we're not quite completely up on all the laws and the different things. And the reason is, for me,
Leosa.
yeah, because I'm still current commissioned law enforcement officer. And I forget what bill that was.
HR 218.
218 allows me to carry out of state, as long as I have my badge and my ID with me, I can carry my firearm across state lines wherever I want.
But does it?
What's that?
But does
Well,
it?
I don't know. That's a question.
We'll get there.
So this is good. And so we're not completely, that's why I'm not completely educated on it, is we're just going under that bill. And if there's changes to it or something going on, that'll be certainly good information. So from a civilian standpoint, I don't know all the laws as far in respect to that. So this will be a good episode. So let's dive in.
Copy that. So first off, before we start getting into this, obviously you got to go do the whole legal disclaimer bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. So I am not an attorney. This is not, of course,
He's not an attorney.
yeah. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. This is my understanding of the current situation and the laws. If you are having questions in regards to legal things, you need to contact your own attorney. Unfortunately, that's going to cost you in this time and day. But this is just my understanding of the current situation in regards to firearm laws in this country. So
I wished you could have did that legal disclaimer really fast like they do on commercials.
we'll speed it up, Lurch.
Just okay, I will. They're like the end of quarter. Lurch can speed it up. Take this drug; it's really good for you. And then
May cause cancer.
yeah, everything causes cancer. You know, it's like, geez, Louise. All right, that would have been really cool if you could have did that really fast. You know what I'm saying?
Alice, if you have an erection for more than 4 hours, you should go seek medical attention.
If I have an erection for 4 hours, I am going to be a happy man, and my wife is going to be loving it.
Didn't we just have this conversation, Lurch, the other day?
Anal leakage?
No, jeez.
What? Oh, yeah.
That's why I told you not to post on social media while we're trying to have a conversation.
You literally just told me to do it.
You cannot. I did, but you can't multitask, especially when you're drinking. You're not a good multitasker.
Just says words.
I'm just. You're not a multitasker, bro.
That's what I do. I multitask all day long, man.
Jesus. Okay. We were talking about drugs that give you erections with Big Daddy Kane.
I don't know that he wants to have that conversation, so I do not know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he was taking it. We just had an overall conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we're damn near 50, so we've had those conversations.
Anyways, the legal disclaimer's done.
I mean, this is a topic about
If you have
concealed
anal
carry, right?
leakage,
No, we
stop
always stay on
taking it.
track on this podcast. We stay right on track.
Well,
Always.
What type of weapon are we concealing?
Well, I conceal one every day, all day.
All I need is these two weapons right here. Number 1 and number 2.
Okay, Popeye.
You got a main mic and a backup mic, and they don't like feedback. What's up?
One for Lurch.
This would have been a good episode to have Lee sitting right here.
No, we would have had to mute him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Once he gets into episode 2 and has too many whiskeys, I got to mute him sometimes.
We haven't even busted out the whiskey yet. What's going on?
I know. We don't apparently need to.
Why not?
Lurch, do not.
He's just all anal leakage.
Lurch, for Lent, you gave up whiskey.
I did. I gave up whiskey for Lent. I usually,
And you're not even a Christian. That's the funny thing.
I am a Christian. Thank you very much. Lutheran myself, but I married a Catholic, and Catholics give up shit for Easter. I don't know, like they
That's
think
how
it's going to make them a little
Is
bit.
that how it's written in the Bible?
better.
You got to give shit up?
I don't know. Let's
Can you
not-
quote that verse? Is that Psalms?
I don't think it's in Psalms. No,
Okay.
it might be in Matthew something.
We're going nowhere.
I was going to say, isn't Lent the sacrifice of giving up something that you can't live without?
Right.
Yeah, the idea is that
That's why you gave whiskey up.
You give up something that's difficult to give up to. I don't know why you do it. I mean, I'm Lutheran. I'm not Catholic. So Lutherans are
That's what I'm
rebel
saying.
Catholics, right?
That's what I'm
But I
saying.
married a Catholic, and she gives up something every
Dirty
year.
Catholic girl. He married a dirty Catholic girl.
She's still got the outfit, by the way.
Catholic.
Does she? Nice.
Yeah, she got the skirt.
Knee-high socks.
She got the socks.
Little
She got
thigh-high.
the
checkered skirt.
She got the skirt, and a
Little
shirt.
bow tie.
She still get on at roll night?
Well, I'm not gonna.
Pigtails.
I can tell.
Do you like pretend to be the altar boy every now and again, or what?
Okay, now we're getting weird.
Boy, good.
No, we're getting weird. Now we're getting weird.
So anal leakage.
Anyways, back to
Anyways, I
Jesus.
get whiskey for Lent.
We should have just stuck to one episode for sure. All right, back to firearms. Now that the legal disclaimer's
Trying to do
done.
posting over
Yeah,
here.
I know. We know. We know.
Shit. He asked me to do
I'm
something.
still trying to teach him how to do all this stuff.
Listen.
He's getting better
I'm
at
doing
it.
my best. Okay?
You are getting better at it.
You get what you pay for.
You're doing Instagram Reels. You're doing YouTube Shorts now. You're good. You know how to do it.
Yep.
Bless you.
That was nice.
Neck bubble.
All right, back to firearms.
I'm at
Let's
a
talk
loss of words right now.
Let's talk about riders and the community and concealed carry across. Let's get into that and what people should consider, and maybe what some of the laws are and what's going on if somebody wants to. A civilian from Washington State wants to ride down to California like we did last year and wants to carry.
Not gonna happen.
Geez. Really?
Yeah. Where should you get your concealed? Is
So
it in your state? Is it another state?
Let's start talking about this, Rook. So again, this can be really confusing. We're going to try to break this down as best as we can. I'm going to try to make this somewhat entertaining. But
It's already been entertaining.
what we're going to get
us.
into could be a little lethargic. So first thing.
We will not allow that. Don't worry about it.
All right. So first thing we need to think about is what's the difference between carrying a firearm and transporting a firearm, right? That's the biggest thing. If you actually look at like legal definitions, carrying a firearm is actually having a firearm on your person that's ready for immediate access to defend yourself or another person. Transporting a firearm is just taking a firearm from one place to another.
Right.
So
Okay, good. I like it.
the biggest thing is we're talking about interstate stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I'm from California. I want to ride to, yes, I want to ride with you guys to Duluth, Minnesota this summer. Mm-hmm.
You'll have to UPS your gun to somewhere in the middle of the U.S., pick it up, and then ride.
Will UPS ship guns?
That would be transporting, and in order to ship a firearm, a handgun.
Oh, you got to go from... Oh, I did not mean to take us down the wrong rabbit hole.
No, you're good. But in order to ship a handgun in the United States, that firearm has to be unloaded. Obviously, you'd be surprised how many guns get shipped with ammunition inserted into it.
I believe it.
But a handgun has to be unloaded with at least one magazine accompanying it, and it has to be shipped 2-day air. It cannot be shipped ground.
Why?
Because our federal government says so.
Because it might get stolen?
Maybe.
That's weird.
Maybe, yeah.
That is interesting.
So even if like you were to send your own personal firearm for gunsmithing, it has to go 2-day air for a handgun.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Good info.
Yeah. So if we look at the legal definitions again, 18 U.S. Code 922G. Here we go. Here's all the legal jargon bullshit, right? Says that any person, if they would like to carry a handgun, remember we talked about carry is actually having a gun on your person for personal defense or defense of another person. You have to be able to lawfully possess that handgun per federal law, meaning that you're 21 years old, you're not a felon, or an individual with any conviction of domestic violence, or prohibited by any state requirements. And you have to be in a place where you can legally have that firearm. This is where it gets confusing. If you are a United States citizen, where can I and can't I carry a firearm? I should be able to carry wherever I go as the United States. This is why states are coming to this constitutional carry. But constitutional carry is extremely confusing, and I think we're going to get into that here in a second.
Can I ask you that? Are you precluded from carrying a firearm if you're a retired captain from the state patrol? Because I think you should be banned from carrying all firearms.
Legally speaking,
Why? Why?
Just because I felt like saying it.
legally speaking,
Sometimes you got to scratch that itch, buddy.
I want to know why you think that I should be precluded from carrying.
Because you sat at a desk for the last 8 years of your career. I don't know that you're...
I was an instructor. I was a firearms instructor.
You were.
when was the last time you shot your gun?
Thank
Lurch?
you.
About
Dude, you were a skirt.
10 days ago.
You were a skirt.
I went to the range and shot like 10 days
You're
ago.
dangerous. You're dangerous with a firearm.
That's right, Iceman. I
Son.
am dangerous.
Your ego's right
Hey.
and checks your body can't cash. I'll just tell you that right
Your
now.
hummingbird ass is overrunning your alligator mouth, son.
Oh, God. All right. Go ahead with real content.
Yeah.
All right.
What is that? So let's talk about constitutional carry. You're number one, Ryan. So constitutional carry. Some states define constitutional carry differently. Some states say that if you are a United States citizen, you have the constitutional right to carry a firearm on your person as long as you are over 21 without a permit. Other states that are quote unquote constitutional carry say that you're only allowed to fall under constitutional carry if you're a resident of that state. So let's take.
I'm already confused.
Exactly.
Exactly. We are police officers and we're confused about this right now.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, imagine the average person who just wants to go from California to Nevada.
right.
Right? I've done everything I can to legally acquire a firearm and legally carry my firearm in the state of California, and I just want to go to Nevada. Well, if you did that prior to July of 2020, you would have been perfectly legal to do that. But in July of 2021, Nevada no longer honored California CCW permit. So if you go to Nevada with a California permit, you are now a felon.
So it kind of goes back to the episode I did. It's coming back to me with Russell Roberts is essentially because you said prior to July of 2020, if I recall correctly, that it was legal, but you would have to. So basically, if I remember right, as a civilian, you would have to check the states that you're going to for reciprocity.
Correct.
To see if that state honors the concealed weapons permit that you obtain in your home state.
Well, let's talk about reciprocity.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about reciprocity. What is reciprocity?
I don't know. I said it once and I said it very well, and I don't want to try to say it again.
You did. I was so
I
impressed.
nailed it.
Whoa.
I nailed it, dude. I'm not saying it again.
So without getting into all the legal bullshit that goes on, just think of your driver's license. Your driver's license, regardless of whatever state you live in, is recognized in all other 50 states. That is a reciprocity agreement that was actually mandated by the United States Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. So us that are living in this Second Amendment community are trying to get a constitutional carry saying, hey, if I have a permit in my home state, I should be able to carry in all 50. Right? And that
seems reasonable to me.
Right?
Right.
So this is the issue that we're having. So all these states we have 26 states right now, Georgia being the latest, that have offered constitutional carry. But does that apply to me if I'm not a resident of that state? Law enforcement is a completely different topic that we're going to get into, because I know we have a lot of law enforcement members that are going to be watching and listening to that. So we can dig into that as well.
Damn right.
Yeah. You know, one of my mentors with my business, again, you know, we're not affiliated with him, but Andrew Branca, he writes, he's the owner of, see, look, brain fart, here we go. Laws of Self-Defense. Okay. His motto is, we carry a gun to be hard to kill, so know the laws to be hard to convict. Without that education, you're putting yourself at risk of not even being able to protect yourself or your loved ones. And that's why I'm here today, to try to help people understand this.
Yeah, nice. Because I do know that, law-abiding bikers, which is what we are, and I know there's a lot of people in the community and in the private Facebook group and all that, members that like to carry, that are, they like their Second Amendment right and would like to carry, and they're trying to do it legally, by all means trying to do it legally, and are probably as confused as I am at this point on that. I don't know if I was a regular civilian, it'd be hard to figure all this stuff out. You know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about that. If you're a regular civilian and you want to carry a gun, depending on what state you live in, there may be zero requirements, right? So constitutional carry state, you're over 21, you own a handgun, you can carry it, period. Where then you have...
Say that again.
If you are a average citizen, you're over 21 years old,
yep,
and you are not a prohibited person,
okay,
you can legally carry your gun, period.
Not concealed.
Not concealed or concealed. It depends. It depends on the state.
Okay.
It really does. There's some states that allow you to carry a gun concealed without a permit. There are some states that say you can only carry openly without a permit.
That's here. Washington State, you can open carry without a permit.
But is it open carry loaded or unloaded?
Loaded.
Okay. What's just out of curiosity, what's Washington's definition of an unloaded firearm?
Of an unloaded firearm?
Yeah. What is it? What's a loaded firearm in the state of Washington? What's the definition of that?
I don't know.
So I guess
It would be a magazine in it, one in the pipe. Because I'm just telling you, as a law enforcement officer, there would be no enforcement action taken on somebody, which we have all the time here. People that are carrying unconcealed without a permit and the firearms loaded. We contact them all the time. And it's perfectly legal, and there is no laws that
mag or in the mag or in the pipe.
It doesn't matter. They don't disclose that.
Yeah.
But the funny thing in Washington, since we're on the subject, is federally, if you're a prohibited person, ammunition, you can't even possess ammunition. So, but going back to that, in Washington State, it's very, very clear, which is interesting. It's not a liberal state. It's a liberal state only because the west side of the state over Seattle, King County, Pierce County, they have the population and they control it. But over here where we live in Eastern Washington is much more conservative. But for a liberal state, if you want to call it that, they've maintained very well our Second Amendment rights here to walk down the sidewalk in the city with a shotgun if you want. And there's nothing that law enforcement is going to do to you as long as you're not pointing it at somebody, threatening, or causing, which is interesting, causing concern, that's a very vague thing. We don't get too involved with that as long as somebody's not, and we've seen it, and it does happen. And we get calls on it and simply tell the people there's nothing we're going to do about that. And I don't know if that's the case in California and where you work.
Houston, you can talk to it just real quick. And
talk about,
Yeah, no. California law changes with the weather, so you never know what it's going to be, and you have to stay updated on it. I've kind of stepped out of the gang world. When I was in the gang task force, we were dealing with law enforcement. I mean, as far as guns go, we were dealing with what you could and couldn't do. Now it's pretty. I mean, if you're carrying your gun, you better be going from the range to home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be, the reason I'm asking is here, if you're 18, between 18 and 21, so like 18 to 20, you can have a firearm, but you can only carry it from the home or to the range, and it has to be unloaded, and the firearm has to be in an opaque case or container separated from the ammunition.
No, correct me if I'm wrong, 21, it's California, right?
Again, this depends on the state, right? And also we go back to, you just said that firearm has to be unloaded. What is unloaded in Washington?
Right. Unloaded, if you want that definition, because I know that law, is the ammunition has to be separate. So the firearm can be locked in the glove box and the ammunition has to be in the trunk, completely unloaded.
I'm going to correct you there. Federal law says your firearm cannot be in a glove box or center console.
Yeah, but state law trumps federal. We can be more restrictive.
Sometimes, yes.
Yes, it does. State laws can be more restrictive than federal law. And so we're more restrictive that way. But that's interesting federally. But yeah, that's how our state laws are written.
It's so crazy how these gun laws work. I mean, let's say here in Washington, you stop a guy, a pedestrian stop, you stop a guy, he's got a concealed handgun on his person and a loaded magazine in his pocket. It's not in the gun. What do you got?
Yeah.
Is that a loaded firearm?
What do you got?
The state of Utah, or I'm sorry, state of Washington?
Say it again, and then I'll tell you.
You stop a pedestrian. He's got a concealed handgun on his person, unloaded. He's got a loaded magazine in his pocket.
Yeah, that's against the law in Washington State. You go to jail for that.
Is that possession of a loaded firearm, or is that just...
No, it's carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's loaded or not. You can't carry a concealed weapon.
What about openly?
Openly he could, as long as he wasn't a prohibited person, like Lurch.
Well, wait a minute. I like how he does it. He doesn't even look at me. He just,
so do you guys have a specific law that regulates that firearm must be registered to you?
No.
So
well,
California
California does.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the state of
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. in the sta-
Why am I not surprised at all?
in the-
New weapons, yes, but I mean, you can still.
Right.
I mean, I've got weapons that I've got from family and friends over the years that are not registered to me. But anytime you buy a new one, yes, you have to go through the process.
You should see Lurch's sawed-off machine gun. It's
Right.
badass.
I did.
So in California, it's actually a felony to carry a firearm that's not registered to you
personally.
Wow.
personally.
We don't have that.
We do not have that.
I cannot let my son or my dad or my brother or anybody borrow one of my firearms.
And then it also
We-
and then
we-
it
we
also
can-
bumps
we can-
all.
It's really laid out in Washington law, but I can give a firearm to a family member.
Gift it or just give it. Let them borrow
gift
it.
it or give it, or also just let them borrow it. But our laws have gotten tighter over the years. I just can't randomly give. Like I couldn't give Ryan a gun to go hunting with, but I can give my niece, my nephew, my cousin, first
Somebody
family
you
members. I could.
some-
Yeah.
There you go.
too.
Yeah. Thanks for cleaning that up.
Yeah, that felony charge would also bump up all the other. So say it's your first gun violation, right? It bumps all of those to felony charges instead of misdemeanor charges.
Wow.
And Gun Safety Act is now a mandatory 10-year enhancement to any conviction of firearm-related crimes.
Wow. Another reason I'm not moving there.
But the
Well-
weather's nice.
Yeah, we get nice weather here too.
Do you? I haven't seen it yet. So
Come here in the summer, you'll get triple digits.
Just wait a month.
Yeah, wait a month.
I have a 12-month riding season. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice.
But yeah, so and like I said, this kind of get back on track here. You know, what's a loaded firearm, what's not a loaded firearm. Depending on the state, a loaded firearm could be a firearm that has a round in the chamber. A loaded firearm could be a firearm that just has a magazine inserted into the firearm without a round in the chamber. A loaded firearm could be a firearm that has ammunition physically touching it, whether it's inserted or not. Or, such as the state of California, a loaded firearm is a person that has immediate ability to access a firearm, whether it's loaded or not, and it is accompanied by ammunition. So this is where, like I said, we get into this whole confusing thing. There's no state that mimics another state. They're all different. Now, let's talk about Leosa real quick, because I know that's a big topic, and we'll hit that after your...
Yes, let's do it. Are you searching for the easiest and quickest attachable luggage system for your motorcycle,
Yep.
Lurch?
Yes, I am.
Well, then finish it.
Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that come loose and slap your paint.
Slap your
Check
paint.
out one of Rick Rack's awesome, quick, attached strapless luggage rack systems. This father and son team has something really special you can't find anywhere else. Yep, these guys ride and they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack Quick Attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags and accompany your quick detach system. Once you go Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics? Head on over to Law-Abiding Biker store and check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags. Law-Abiding Biker store. Jesus. LawAbidingBiker.com/forward store.
Yeah.
/Ford store?
That was-
LawAbidingBiker.com/store.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
I don't know if I understood one word of
I
that.
think you did a great job.
He won't remember it.
I appreciate
He
it.
won't remember it till he's editing it.
Yeah, I'll delete all of it.
He probably put in just the canned commercial and just put it. He'll just grab the canned commercial that I do.
No, the live reads are the best. I just let it go. It's so hard. I mean,
Oh
it is
God.
what it is.
All right. Good job, Lurch.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Was not ready for that.
All right. So you're going into Leosa.
Yeah, so...
What is Leosa?
Leosa, Law Enforcement Officer Safety Act, which actually was signed in 2004 by our president at the time.
Well done. People don't realize before that, which is the most ridiculous thing that you can think of. People don't realize that because before that, I'm sure people thought, well, they're cops. They can just carry their guns all over the U.S.
Nope.
Prior to that, literally as a law enforcement officer, instructor, no instructor, whatever, we were under the same rules as civilians and couldn't carry our guns to another state unless we were going to training. And then you had to have the chief of that the chief of that agency approve it, that you were coming for training, and then you could fly with it and whatnot and take it. And so that got changed.
Or that also applied to prisoner extradition at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, in 2004, our president created this Law Enforcement Officer Safety Act, which
Was he a Democratic president?
maybe
No, he was not.
look at your history record.
He was not.
It was old W. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was George W. Bush.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring politics into this one.
We just did.
I just did.
Damn it. But however, the LEOSA Act was actually amended in 2010 and 2013.
Dude, he's from California. They're all Democrats. You didn't know that?
Whoa.
They're born Democrats.
You stop that right
I am not from
now.
Los Angeles. I'm not from San Francisco. I am not from
All
Sacramento.
right, we're just teasing. We have lots of members that are Democrats. We're just We're just
Do we?
teasing. Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
So,
just relax. It's for fun.
HR 218 was amended back in 2010 and 2013, which now included all active duty law enforcement officers and even retired law enforcement officers that retired in good standing. This act allows those individuals that doesn't count for you, Lurch.
Good standing.
He's given
Good standing.
until I hear you read that last commercial.
Right.
These
Good standing does not mean standing good.
Thank you for being specific. I appreciate it. Good standing does not.
one for Houston.
Yep, one for Houston.
So any law enforcement officer, qualified law enforcement officer, whether active or retired, that fell under the LEOSA was able to carry in any jurisdiction within the United States, regardless of state or local laws. However, there were some exceptions. One of those exceptions, Lurch,
Yeah.
you can't drink.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
That's always been that way,
I
right?
very rarely do.
Yeah.
I mean, once in a while I'll have a sip. But it's just
Can you be drunk or can you drink or just not be drunk?
Yeah, I think it's drunk.
I think it varies from state to
do
state.
want to say that.
I do.
This is
it's
where
intoxicated.
This is where
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Is depending on the state, even under LEOSA, you may not be protected.
Right.
In a state like Utah, carrying a firearm.
well, you can't get alcohol in Utah that'll get you drunk, so you no problem
Right.
there.
Well, you can buy hard liquor, just the beer won't get you drunk.
In Utah, you can't drive a vehicle if your blood alcohol level is over 0.05%.
Do they go to 0.5?
It's
Wow.
0.5.
Yeah.
That's why you can't have anything over 5% alcohol content. Same thing with carrying a firearm in the state of Utah. You cannot carry a firearm on your person if you have a blood alcohol content of over 0.05. But if we come
You're
to
really picking on Utah.
yeah, well, I'm a certified Utah instructor,
I know,
so I know this
I know.
stuff. But let's go back to California. California has a zero tolerance for alcohol and firearms. So even as a police officer, if I go out to dinner with your wife and you,
Whoa, thank
Whoa.
you.
I added him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Whoa, man.
Thank you.
And if Ryan decides to take the girly beer and have a sip, he's actually committing a crime. He can't carry
That's
his
a
gun.
lady pop, right?
The lady pop.
I like it.
So I just need to put my gun in my wife's purse and then I can drink.
Does she have a concealed carry permit?
No.
Not valid in California. Guess what? Both of you. See you later.
Dude, we're going to jail.
Only if you get caught.
You can get away with anything until you get caught. right?
Houston, will you bail me out if
It'll
I
work
call you?
until it doesn't.
Would you bail me out if that happened to
I
me?
got you, bro, but no comment. We're not going any further.
So going back to, well, let's talk about this.
This is
Matt.
interesting. Let me ask you this question and then keep that thought. This is a great conversation. I like this. So here, remember, it's technically a liberal state, right? Technically Democratic controlled, but
as a whole.
as a whole. But over here on the east side, like I say, it's very conservative. And I don't know how this is in California, but I could get shit-faced, completely shit-faced. We're in the country right here. Even at night, I can be shit-faced. If I wanted to right now, I can walk out this studio door and pop off rounds all I want, and there ain't shit.
As long as it's safe.
As long as I'm not
safe
shooting
direction.
as long as I'm not shooting. But if I want to go set up a target and Lurch, hold a flashlight. This is not a good idea, by the way. At this juncture,
Here's another legal disclaimer.
This is
Legal
not
try this at
disclaimer.
home.
This is not what we are going to do after this
As
podcast.
long as we discharge it in a safe location.
I always try to
Direction.
discharge it in the proper direction when I'm discharging.
Yeah, you're in the country. You can shoot out here.
Right, yeah.
You can shoot in your yard.
Right. Yeah, we do. And so you're on your private property and there ain't, as long as you're not shooting at the neighbor's house, there's nothing law enforcement's going to do. So is that the
Again,
case?
it just depends on where
Now,
you're
how
at.
is it? How is it in I'm asking
So
you.
in California, if you were in a...
If I was in Lodi,
if
So
you're-
in Yakima, just to verify, Yakima in the city, different.
no,
We're
city
in the
limits.
We're in the
yes,
country.
we're in the country.
The country.
City limits, absolutely not.
Can't
You
shoot
can't
anything.
discharge, not even
Nothing.
during the day.
No,
So
22, nothing but pellet gun.
we'll talk about unincorporated areas.
Yeah.
Right.
Good
Unincorporated
call. Because in the city, it's a no.
No.
Where yeah.
unincorporated areas in the state of California say you cannot discharge a firearm in a unsafe direction, right? So it has to be away from your neighbors and this and that, and it can't be within 100 yards of a residence.
Or
your-
roadway.
Or roadway,
Okay.
and that includes your own residence.
Yep.
Well, that's bullshit.
So I can't shoot a gun off my back porch.
Another reason not to live in California. They're
Yakima.
just stack them up. Yeah.
I've shot ducks off.
You want to go shoot? You want to go shoot in my yard right now?
Again, we're not going to do that. after this podcast.
We're not going to, but it's totally legal if you want to.
It's perfectly legal.
I've been consuming alcohol. I will refrain from those activities tonight.
Yes, exactly.
Good
No,
choice.
you'll hear it all the time out here in the country. Yeah, it's very normal.
You'll hear it all the time in the city of Merced too.
Yeah,
so.
you hear it in Yakima too, constantly, and it is illegal in the city. Yes,
Right.
You
So
also hear in downtown Stockton, I'm just saying.
right.
how's that
Downtown.
going? So get back to it. Well, Matt, you're recently retired.
Yes.
Congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
retirement.
He's dangerous with a gun. Watch him.
So Matt, let me ask you this. Are you qualified right now to carry your gun under the LEOSA Act?
Yes.
Prove it.
I don't need to.
Okay.
Oh, answer.
Answer.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Yes,
Do you have
Absolutely.
I do know.
Probably because I've been retired less than a year. I'm probably fine.
He is.
But
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Do you have an ID card that says retired on
yes.
it?
Yes.
Does it have any language in there saying that you have abided with the annual qualification and that
Whip it out.
completes?
Whip that bad boy out.
Well, I have not been retired for less than a year. But I
Correct.
can
So
tell you what it says.
I can tell you here's the deal on that. As I was a firearms instructor for 8 years and recently gave that position up because I'm too busy. The way we do it here is during that first year, he's fine. Our agency actually has our instructors. We train. They would come out to the range, retired law enforcement officers once a year, and we will qualify them. And then our agency, as instructors, we will give them that card that says they have qualified once a year, and they carry that with their retired commission card, and they're in compliance
Some
with that law
California
here.
bullshit there.
Here,
So
that's how it works here.
right. So under the state of Washington, he's allowed to carry.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at his identification card without getting into these specific details, that is not actually HR 218 compliant. So
Mm-hmm.
he would not legally be allowed to carry outside of the state of Washington.
I'm still going to do it.
Is it because the picture's so horrid on it?
Yes.
Is that why? Why is it not compliant?
Doesn't have some wording apparently. On
Yes,
the
it
back.
doesn't have some wording. And part of that wording is basically stating that he retired under good standing. He is qualified within the past 12 months and he complies with HR 218.
But as soon as
But putting some wording on the back of a card doesn't mean shit. How do I know you've been qualified, right?
That's a secret.
So, a dumb
as
old
soon as he
cop,
comes-
when a dumb old cop pulls you over, he can read the back of your card. Oh yeah, it's okay.
So here's what the actual legal ease of HR 218 says. It says individuals who qualify to carry a firearm under LEOSA also must have a photographic identification card issued by their employing agencies or from which they separated from. The ID card must identify the person as being a current or retired LEO, and they met the active duty standard by the agency to carry a firearm within 12 months before the dates of the individual is carrying that firearm.
Well, I would say that this says that I was an employee of the Washington State Patrol and held the position at captain. I think that's
It
pretty
does not have anything.
self-explanatory.
It does not have anything on there in regards to your firearms qualifications. So it does
Jesus,
not
I mean,
fall
that's some
under
California
LEOSA.
shit. That's what I'm just saying. That
But if-
I would assume that it doesn't have the wording. You're right, but
Yes.
that
But as
should
soon
be
as you qualify,
sufficient.
we'll give you, if you, depending on, and the thing is you can qualify with any agency. We have people from different agencies come out and qualify with us, and we just give them the card, and then you can carry that with it, and you would be in compliance then, correct?
Correct.
All right. Get information.
I'm putting my card away.
Oh, and by the way, it's only valid for 12 months, so you have to do it every 12 months.
Awesome. Hey, that's one
Once
more
a
time
year.
to shoot. Yeah.
We have it. We do it a couple times.
Let me know when you do the next one. I need to come do it.
Come and visit me. I'm certified to do it too. So
You know who's doing it now? Ed Levesque.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he retired from the sheriff's office, and he's our
private
armorer
business.
now, and he's our firearms guy. So
Oh, okay.
and he'll get a hold of him down at YPD, and he'll tell you what dates they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good.
So the difference between retired and active duty law enforcement to fall under LEOSA is active duty. You have to follow your agency quarterly qualifications.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not yearly like retired.
Right. Good info.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good conversation.
So, like I said, I mean, we can go down so many rabbits hole with this, but ultimately it's your responsibility, right? You got to figure out the laws of where you live and the laws of where you're traveling to, because they differ. And even some states, again, like California, the firearm laws aren't the same throughout the entire state. You can go to Merced County and the firearm laws are going to be completely different than if you were to go to Santa Clara County. Mm-hmm. So depending on where you travel throughout the state, you could be a felon, you could be completely okay. We don't know. So it's really up to you to figure out and learn those laws. Because again, ignorance is not an excuse to break the law. And that's how people get themselves in trouble and give us a bad rep. Don't you say it.
Say it, Houston.
I was gonna. I don't know. I was gonna go down there. I was gonna say so why is it such a big deal for the retired cards, but like active duty, mine's got a barcode on the back.
There's no requirement to have a barcode. It just has to have a picture ID. It has to have your photograph. It has to have your name, what agency you retired from, or your active.
No.
from.
I'm
Does it
talking
have to
about
have
active.
does it have to have my wiener size on? it?
Right, exactly. Dude, it's the size of the card.
Your wiener?
I told you, I'm the president of that club.
The average size club.
No, but so is there specifications on an active duty member? Does their card have to have that same language on the
It
back?
just has to say that they're actively employed as a police officer.
Really?
Right.
It doesn't have
So
to
just a
have-
current commission card.
Correct.
That's all I carry. And,
Yeah,
and
same
badge.
here. That's
and
why
badge.
I actually just had to look at mine to see what was on the back, and it's literally a barcode. So, what's the big deal? I mean, if you're retired versus, it doesn't say
because
that
you're active, and they assume that per your agency policies that you're qualifying at least once a year. I hope.
Oh yeah,
But there are,
we have three quarters.
yeah.
but-
So you know what I'm saying? That's why they know you're active, and they know to be active you have to qualify, and so it's assumed, right. that you're qualified. It's
It's part of your active duties
It's part
as
of
a
your
peace
active
officer.
duty.
Yes.
Yes.
That's some crazy
Yes.
stuff, man.
But they don't put it on the back of the card.
It would
that
be
I have to do it once
stipulated.
a year. It's not going to work.
Right.
That's silly.
Yeah. So
That's what I'm saying. It's silly. Like,
let's play hindsight here real quick. Ryan, you're traveling through the lovely streets of San Francisco, and
I was last year.
You high-sided your
sorry.
scooter.
I don't ride scooters, but if I were to
They're
ride a
very
scooter,
dangerous, and
I would
we
make
don't
sure and
recommend
do
it.
it safely and wear a helmet.
And
Might be in the new documentary.
you do it low and slow.
hypothetically, if Ryan high-sided his scooter and was injured, and law enforcement had to come and they determined that he was under the influence of alcohol,
Not true.
I'm saying hypothetically, and they were to find that you had a firearm on you,
Didn't
Right.
have one.
you could be in violation of California firearm laws because you had alcohol on board. And
Yes, right.
if we put Matt in that role and Matt was retired and they looked at his ID card and it didn't have LEOSA compliant stuff, he would actually be in possession of a loaded concealed firearm and he'd be looking at a minimum of 3 felonies.
Oh yeah.
just because he
And
didn't
I
have
don't.
that card.
And now that I've retired, I don't carry like I did when I was employed.
Yeah. That's why we don't,
Yeah.
especially when we're going out.
You
Yeah,
should have picked a different state because in California it identifies as a paperweight. So
Right.
that firearm identifies as a paperweight.
We have pretty good rules. That's why we would not carry if we're going to be getting, especially out of state like that or something like that. But yeah, that's interesting.
But I have changed my carry rules or what I do. I don't carry as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Now that I'm retired, I just don't. Because I know that there's different rules for me. So I know the rest of you guys can still carry.
Well, just flex his moves and they'll run.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just bring up the guns of the Navarone.
yeah, baby.
Right.
You want this?
You want some of this?
You want this?
So let's kind of bring this kind of in full circle.
Yes, let's do.
Hey.
I bought that knife for his retirement. Look at it, says Lurch on it.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
It's awesome.
And there's a butterfly on it.
It's a bug out knife.
Tramp stamp.
It's a badass Benchmade bug out knife.
That's a mirror of his tramp stamp.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You should put bug slide on that.
He's ready to cut somebody.
So let's bring this back into us as motorcyclists. What do we do?
Let's circle back.
Oh, yeah. Good idea, Matt.
Let's circle
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. What was this talking about today?
So your average dude out there that wants to carry.
Yeah.
Average motorcycle enthusiast, law-abiding biker.
Regardless if your state is constitutional carry or not, get your damn permit. Period. It doesn't matter.
Get yourselves a permit.
Yes, because having that permit is just one extra level of protection. Now, having that permit, let's take Arizona for instance. If you are a resident of Arizona, you are allowed to constitutionally carry your gun. But the moment you step out of the state of Arizona, if you do not have a permit, you can't carry your gun, period. There's no point in not having that. It gives you an extra layer of protection. So get your damn permits. I hate to say it that way, but that's how you're going to protect yourself outside of your own state. If wherever you're traveling has a reciprocity agreement, that's the first thing. Besides that, it gives you a level of education. The last thing that we want is all these ignorant and naive firearm owners out there carrying guns and getting themselves into stupid shit.
Retired captains.
Yes.
Yep.
Lurch.
Those
Keep
guys.
going.
Those guys.
So, I'm not trying to say this as a salesman because of my business, but, the motto of my business is we're always training, we're never trained. I've never considered myself an expert in anything, but I'm always learning things. Don't take the shortcut and just say, I live in a constitutional carry state and take a gun with you, because that's where you're going to get in trouble. On top of that, do your research. Where am I traveling? If I have a permit in the state of Arizona, where is it recognized? You can do that many of ways. You can go to United States Concealed Carry Association. They have reciprocity maps. They concealcarry.com has reciprocity maps as well. Get that. The next thing is, okay, I'm a motorcyclist.
So it's an easy map to show you where.
Yeah. You go into these websites, you say, okay, I'm a resident of this state. I have my permit. Here's some states that I have non-resident permits with. And that would be another total podcast on that episode, right? On that topic.
Right.
But essentially some states offer people that do not live there a concealed weapons permit. So you can enter these different permits that you host, and it'll show you on a map what states you are legally allowed to carry in.
Okay.
So it's a great
Nice little
resource.
tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the best one to go to?
Personally, there's a bunch of them. I mean, I can't recommend one or another. There's apps out there. I wouldn't trust the apps. The most reliable ones out there would be from the United States Concealed Carry Association, USCCA, or from concealedcarry.com.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Good to know.
What state's the best one to get a license in?
so if you're not a resident of, if you have your home permit, but you want to travel and you want to get the most states to carry in, the Utah concealed carry permit is really actually the premier.
Wow.
Taking the Utah class, it's about 4 hours long. There's no actual shooting.
The Mormons
It's just-
take firearms seriously.
Yes, they do.
Dang.
You wouldn't believe it.
I know.
It's true.
Yeah.
I like that.
With your Utah permit, your reciprocity agreement is over 34 states.
Wow.
And then once you get your Utah permit, you can actually apply for Arizona for another non-resident. You can apply for Florida. You can apply for Virginia without any additional training.
Wow.
Some of those states required, like Florida at one point was requiring like 16 hours of training, even as a non-resident, to get their permit. But once you have the Utah one and your home permit, you're good to go.
Do you have to have training in California to get the permit?
Well, that's the funny thing.
We don't have to have any here.
So state law in California says that you have to have, upon an initial application of your CCW permit, you have to have a minimum of 8 hours, maximum of 16 hours of firearms education in regards to concealed carry laws. And then every 2 years, you have to have a 4-hour refresher course.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Here, it's just like they do the background and the fingerprints and you're golden.
The problem with the California CCW permits is that each law enforcement agency is responsible for regulating their own CCW permits. Mm-hmm. The state of Utah is one agency throughout the state that controls all of their concealed firearm permits. So,
see, here it's per agency.
Yes.
Yeah, where you live and the agency that handles it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's nice. Utah's squared away on this.
Yeah, if you want to talk about, I mean, everybody talks about Texas and Arizona, right? But if you actually look at some of the firearm laws on the books and how they actually take care of the citizens, Utah's probably one of the premier states.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you all my exes live in Texas?
Yeah.
All my exes
One for
live
me.
in Texas.
One for me.
But see,
That's
Houston,
why
Houston didn't even crack a
I
laugh.
in
But-
Tennessee.
if you lived in
Is he too young to even know that song?
Oh, come on.
All right.
We haven't gone to a karaoke club yet, brother.
if you lived in Utah, you wouldn't have all those exes. They would still be current spouses.
Right. Yeah, true. Yeah.
So,
That's true too. Yeah. Good call. Good call. Good call. So what else do you want to go with this? As far as,
I wrote an article for LAB.
we'll post that article we'll actually post the article on the show notes. Do you want to do that?
Okay.
lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. We'll just post his article if that's okay with you.
Perfect.
And that'll be the show notes.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can go through this whole entire thing, but it would take us 5 hours, and not like I'm not willing to be here and drinking alcohol and having some good time. But
Lurch wouldn't make it.
yeah, he'd be done.
Yep.
But
I hate on you, bro.
I love him so
It's
much.
not my first time.
one of the biggest things, and I think I'll wrap it up with this, is a lot of motorcyclists think, hey, how can I carry my gun?
Yes.
Right. A gun and a holster, I hate to use this cliche, but a gun and a holster is like underwear. You have to find what fits you. My wife does not let me buy her underwear. Why? It's because it's something that I would like to look at and remove rather than wear myself. Okay?
Interesting.
So a gun and a holster is the same thing. You have to find what fits
Do
you.
you believe it?
No, not at all.
Not a chance, bro.
Not at all.
He likes to wear it.
Yeah, he does.
I may or may not have some of that in my luggage right now.
G-string for sure. G-string.
Pink. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
It's got a bow on it. You have to find what fits you in your lifestyle. For me personally, when I ride my motorcycle, my gun is on me. It's not in my vest. It's not in my saddlebags. It's actually on my person in a holster. But I've been able to find the right firearm and holster combination to accommodate that. And unfortunately, getting into this type of lifestyle is something that you're going to become a hoarder. You're going to buy holsters, several guns, trying to figure out what works best for you. And that's the most frustrating part. And that's why most people don't carry a gun, even they have their permit, is because they're not willing to take the time to educate themselves and find the proper setup for themselves. If you do not want to carry your gun on your person, right?
I prefer to just shove mine down the front of my pants.
The front.
Yep.
It's not where I saw it later.
Well, I'm just saying.
All right.
Just with the butt hanging out. Old school dude. I quick draw. I like to cross draw holster.
Is something covering the trigger?
No, you don't need that, dude. That's
Is a
wasted
wiener.
time.
So what happened?
Wasting time.
What?
It's just wasted time, bro, trying to get to the trigger.
Right.
This is my safety sergeant.
All right.
But I mean, think
Guys,
about
sorry to
that.
throw you off track.
But if you're carrying a firearm in your waistband up front, it's not in a holster that doesn't cover the trigger guard. What happens if you put your hand in your pocket trying to get your keys or
Blow
your
your dick
wallet
off.
or something?
Yeah, I don't really do this.
Sure.
Seriously.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's a reality.
Yeah. No, people do.
If you're going to carry a gun on your person, it needs to be in a holster that covers the trigger guard. And even if it's not on your person, we don't just throw guns into our saddlebags and tour packs. They still need to be in a holster that covers the trigger guard.
Well, that's interesting because we have a holster in the Law Abiding Biker store.
Yes, we do.
That you brought that up. It's the Rick Rack saddlebag gun holster for Harley Davidson motorcycles. Lurch, do you know about this at all?
I do. I've
Yeah.
tested it.
We've tested it.
I like it.
Why don't you tell them about it? It goes. Tell them where it goes and explain it a little bit.
In simple terms, you where your safety bolt goes through the saddlebag and bolts it onto your bike.
the strut.
The bolt goes through this holster and it's right where you need it to be. So if you're lefty or right, if you're a weird left-handed guy like Jeff, Sturgis Jeff, if you're some strange freak that uses
Bumping
your
elbows.
left hand to eat with and right with and bump your friend to your right, your left, that is what it is. But you can also they make left-handed and they make right-handed. But
We've
it's
got
a really sweet
we've got them on
setup.
here. Yep.
Yeah.
Small left, small right, medium left, medium right.
That's what she said. Matt, right? Matt.
Anything else on those?
Oh, you can get them at lawabidingbikerstore.com.
Yeah, well, that's good. And they are there, guys, and we've got them in stock. And yeah, it's good because you can quickly open your saddlebag and get to it if you want to carry that. I'm like you, I carry it on my person, but this is a good option too.
It is. So for me, I like to carry one in my vest, one on my hip, and then I put one in my saddlebag.
Right.
Because why
It's
not?
perfect.
It's
Right.
America.
Overachiever.
Why not? I mean,
He's got the shoulder holster, and he does
never
the
know.
cross draw.
Our cuts have a internal pocket, so I keep a small pistol in my cut, and then I keep one on my hip, and then in the bike I can have a full size. So I mean, you just never know what you're gonna need.
Yep. And
Why not have options?
when he was captain, they gave him one bullet. It was in his desk drawer.
Barney 5.
Just a Barney round.
Yep,
That's it.
a Barney round in his drawer with his pens.
Go back to doing what I was doing.
He's still trying to do social media post. It's only been an hour.
And let's, that brought up a good point real quick. And before we end this, I just
No, we're not going to end it. Let's go.
Oh,
we should go around and
let's
talk
go.
about what we're carrying.
Okay.
But finish
All
your
right.
point.
So let's talk about that real quick. If I don't carry the gun on my person and I carry it in my saddlebag,
Yeah.
what legal requirements do I have if I walk away from my motorcycle?
Got it.
Can I leave the gun still in there locked and loaded? Does it have to be unloaded? Again, that is dependent on the state that
Know
you're
your
in.
laws.
Yes. So, you can find it on my website. Here's a small sales pitch. If you go to my website under the products page, there's a book on there.
What is your website?
Hardfocustraining.com.
You already forgot.
Okay, good.
It's not hardon.com. It's hard focus.
All right.
No, Google hardon.com.
Please do. And then right after that, do pinkstink.com.
So the last time you looked at porn was Pink Stink?
Right.
Man, you need to update your browser, my friend.
Or delete your history.
Pink Stink.
It's ridiculous.
1990 called in with
You're
their
the one
porn
talking
back.
about anal leakage earlier.
1990 call.
All right, where were we?
I don't know. So, like,
Go on your website.
Yeah, I'm going on
Hard
my website.
Focus.
Hardfocustraining.com. Not Hard Focus. Hard Focus Training.
Hard focus training. All right.
Under my products page, there's actually a book, and it's from concealedcarry.com. And if my internet would work here real quick, it's called the Legal Boundaries by State book. It's like $17. You can get it in
Is that not it?
Legal. Legal.
Hard Focus Training.
Oh, yeah.
What in the hell are you looking at?
Oh, God.
That's definitely
We're pulling
porn.
up the website.
There you go.
There it is.
So-
We'll put it on the screen here for you guys so you can see it. The audience, the patrons that are seeing the video broadcast here.
So if you go over to the products page right there, you can see all my affiliate links.
Nice.
But if you scroll down, keep going, keep going, you're going to see a book that says Legal Boundaries by State book right there.
Right there. She is.
That is it's updated quite often. You can get it in ebook or a physical copy of that book, and it will give you a very detailed breakdown of gun laws in every single state, including what state, if like you're gonna travel, you have your permit, and you're gonna travel to Wyoming. It will tell you if your home state permit is recognized in that state. It will tell you if you can carry at a school. It'll tell you if you can carry at a church, in a bar. just everything that you need to know to keep yourself out of prison.
Nice. We'll make sure that gets in the show notes. That's in hopefully your article, so we can link to your website.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good information. So let's go around the table here, and then we'll wind this down, and talk about what we're currently carrying.
Like
off
today
duty.
or like
No, like what's normal? What's normal? Do you change every day depending on the outfit you're wearing?
it does kind of depend on my shoes.
It does depend on your shoes. Yeah. Yeah.
What I most often carry?
Yeah, let's just go with otherwise we're going to be 3 hours here. Yeah. What do you most often?
I showed you my safe. I got like 30 guns.
I know. You got a lot of guns.
I need to get a few more.
When you're just getting up, you're throwing on some jeans and you're headed to the grocery store. What's your go-to?
Glock 27.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain what that is to people that don't know model numbers?
Subcompact 40 caliber Glock.
What do you carry it in?
On a holster on my right hip.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Good. All right.
Or I have a Ruger LCP that I carry in my cup because it's tiny and light, and so it just stays there.
That is a nice little one.
Yeah, it's its home.
Yep.
Have you shot that? Because I
have. It's a bitch.
It's got a horrible.
So I used to
Total
carry
get out of a really shitty situation and run like
it's
hell.
like shooting this cell
yeah,
phone.
and the trigger pull on it is about 100 yards.
I got it's the LCP too, so it's the trigger's a little bit better. But yeah.
So I went from an LCP to a SIG 365 XL.
I like that. I've been thinking about one of those too,
dude.
Because I need 31
I could
guns.
shoot a tick off dog's ass for sure.
That's a 9mm.
Yeah.
P365.
But I think I'm gonna. So that's what I'm carrying right now, and I carry it on my hip in a holster, in the pants holster. But I think I'm gonna buy the regular LC or the regular 365.
That's what I'm looking at.
The XL's a little bit big.
What is the XL? A little wider, a little longer?
It's longer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I think that I love that gun. That's my favorite gun that I own. But I think I'm going to end up going to the straight up 365. Yeah.
What are you carrying on duty?
I carry a Glock 45.
Attaboy, me too. Yeah, my man.
And for those that don't know, a Glock 45 is actually a 9mm pistol.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. It's a damn good gun.
We went from the SIGs to the Glock 45, and
guys come up with their Kimmers and I blow them out of the water.
Oh yeah.
While I'm still shooting, they're reloading.
I love a 1911.
I'm just looking at them like you're an idiot.
Yeah,
They're just
you're
not
dumb.
great to carry.
Yep.
So but you know what? Those two guns shoot completely different, and you have to learn that. You have to learn, like, the SIG doesn't want to be gripped hard,
Right.
but the Glock.
I had a girlfand like that.
Yeah, the Glock wants to be groped and just you hold me tight.
Oh yeah, it's like my wife. That's why I married her. That's straight up, bro.
Her nickname's Glock 45 too, huh?
I just call out Glock. She comes running.
Oh, Glock. Oh, Glock. Oh, Glock.
Oh, Glock. Oh, yeah. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Moving around.
Well, what about you, Ryan?
So I was for a long time. So on duty, Glock 45. I'm old school, been carrying that for years, can shoot the heck out of that thing. And then off duty, I was carrying the subcompact Glock 40. I forget the numbers.
27. Same
27.
thing.
Yeah, same thing. And then seriously, so it's a good time to have this conversation. Because I've got guns like all over, like in drawers and
hidden
underwear drawer in
Yeah.
the nightstand,
Carefully locked in his house in a safe.
right, like per Washington state law.
Yes.
So I collected them all and dusted them off, and I'm like, I had forgotten I had a few of them. That's just how we live out here in the country. I forgot about a few of them, and I was like,
that gun. I
So
forgot about you.
I resurrected the car. P9, and I hadn't shot it forever, and unfortunately the day you were going to the range, I had another commitment and I wasn't able to go out the range, so I told Lurch, I dusted it off and I said, take this thing out, and I gave him some ammo and said, make sure it shoots and
Shot
good.
great.
And he said it shot great, brought it back, I cleaned it all up, and I already had a nice pancake holster on it, and so because it's off duty, which is a different purpose than on duty.
Great.
I'm carrying the car P9 now, 9mm. It's nice and flat and it doesn't stick out as much. But you can ask Lurch. They used to tease me, and Cowboy used to tease me because I just carried for years, even on motorcycle trips. I carried my full 45 sticking out, popping out of my shirt, and I didn't care.
I remember riding down the road in Spokane, and the wind was blowing a little bit, and his shirt, it's like summer day, and his shirt was riding up, and his big ass full sized Glock is on his hip, and this little old lady looked over and went because she saw the pistol hanging off.
Cowboy told me on one of our last trips, like, dude, we got to get you a smaller gun for off duty carry, because I was just like, I just put it in the big old plastic Black Hawk holster. I didn't care, like, whatever.
It printed like nobody's business.
Oh, it printed bad. Yeah,
did not care.
Yeah, and I'm liking the last 3 weeks I've been carrying the car P9 and
perfect.
I don't know.
For off duty.
It's
you're not going to get in a gun battle. You just want to protect yourself.
It's just there for the last ditch effort emergency. Yep. But Lurch said it shot great. I'm going to get out and shoot it some.
The only thing is,
after this podcast,
I put my big old hands. I put my fat old thumb on the magazine release.
Yeah,
I kicked the mag out.
Of course.
But,
Type 1 malfunction.
Yeah. All I did is tap rack target.
That's right, buddy.
Boom.
That's right. Boom. Both firearms instructors, by the way.
We are all firearms.
You too? And you? How about that?
Shit. All right, cool.
I am an X. I would say I'm not.
I'm an X too.
I'm an X.
I'm an X. I'm retired.
I did it for 8 years. That was enough. I only almost got shot like 15 times. So
I did get shot.
For me.
I actually did get shot.
You did?
Yeah, steel target. I told the guys we're running through it out there, the SELA firing center.
It's dangerous being a firearms instructor. Yeah. I'm not kidding. Even with cops.
Yeah, I was falling around
cops
behind
are
them.
The worst.
Oh, yeah. And I said, if you come up to a metal target and it's too close to you, please don't shoot it because shit bounces off of it. So if you come across something and you're too close, just skip it. And went through a little shoot house, and it was a tire house, and one of the retired sergeants that we were talking about the other day, probably shouldn't have had a gun. Anyways, he came up on this metal target, and it was like 2 feet away, and he shot it. Of course he didn't. Jacket got me in the finger. I can't remember. It's in my ring finger, either on the left or right side. If I
never heard about that.
Yeah.
Damn. At least it didn't hit your wiener.
No, but it's still there. There it is. There it is. Right there.
Put that away.
Little piece of metal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. At least it didn't hit my wiener.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
You look at the bright side of things. All right.
So for me, I actually do switch firearms.
Nope. You only get to pick one. All right, now go ahead.
This is a motorcycle podcast, so let's stick with that. If I'm riding my motorcycle, I'm generally carrying a Glock 43.
Can you explain what that is? Not everybody knows Glock numbers. I carry Glocks and I forget the numbers.
None of the Glock numbers make sense at all.
Yeah, whatever.
They do not.
The Glock 43 is a subcompact tiny gun, but it's a slim model, so it's single stack.
Yeah.
It's not fat like ours.
No.
I heard that about him.
It's not girthy.
It's not very girthy. It's kind of weak.
Yeah.
A little small.
Those little subcompact 40s bark
small and thin,
good.
buddy. Small and thin.
Yeah.
Now, what did I tell you last night? Long and thin will get you in, but short and thick.
No, you told him to bite the pillow.
That's it.
You said, shut up, bitch.
Long and thin will get you in, but short and thick, that's a dick.
Yeah. Guarantee you said that.
Yeah, so I carry, like I said, when I'm riding my motorcycle, I carry a Glock 43 in an appendix style holster. It's Kydex. And then
what's an appendix style holster?
So that would be inside the waistband, anywhere between. If you think of your waist as
I can't do
clock,
those. Yeah,
you got to find the right holster.
I fucking hate them.
I've tried several.
I hate them.
Here. Okay.
Yeah, it drives
Why
me
do you
nuts
want it
too.
inside your pants?
Because
that's what I'm asking.
If you go inside the waistband, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to buy the next pair, like next size up, right? But here's the bonus: is you can actually, it's a lot easier to conceal a larger firearm inside the waistband.
Yeah,
I agree, but I don't care if it's the concealed necessarily.
But
no, you're worried.
I don't care if I print. I don't care.
But see, you also live in a state that really doesn't matter.
I gotcha.
When you come to California or other states that deem it as reasonably concealed.
Right.
Lose their mind. You're gonna have.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 3 patrol cars behind your car doing a felony stop on you. Guaranteed it,
dude.
So, but inside the waistband for me, it's appendix, which would be if you think of your waist as a clock. it would be between the 11 and the 1 hand up toward your front. The bonus is if you carry a larger firearm, you can answer that question to the ladies. Yes, that is a gun, but yes, I am happy to see you. Right?
That is a gun in my pants.
Yes. But for me personally, I found that is the fastest way for me to gain access to my firearm. But more importantly, it allows me to have the most control over my firearm. If I ever get into some type of altercation, we'll have to retain that firearm. Outside of riding a motorcycle, I'm generally carrying a Glock 19, which would be a compact, kind of like in between full size service style pistol, which will actually be upgrading to a Glock 48, which is the exact same size.
Glock,
but
baby, Glock.
I'm a Glock boy. I'm sorry.
too.
I'm actually a Glock certified armorer. I'm
me too.
I'm hosting Glock here in 2 weeks. For my business, I actually have them coming out from Georgia doing training classes under my business name. So it's a pretty good, pretty good partnership.
Nice. All right.
Oh, have I told you I bought an AR pistol?
Oh, no, tell us about it.
I'm not
it's
sure.
too late to call Big Daddy. We're going to ask him about his...
Call him right now.
Dude, he goes to bed early.
Okay.
I don't want to wake him
That
up.
would be even better.
Yeah.
So
right.
I am bewildered by Washington state gun laws, but I bought an AR pistol.
Illegal.
No, it's legal as shit. It
No,
doesn't
yeah,
have
but I'm
any-
from California.
Dude, you guys
illegal.
need to move here. It's the funniest thing about the state is it's a liberal state,
It's
but
weird
they
with
are
gun
so they are so hands off with our firearms laws. I love it because we can pretty
Yeah.
much do anything here.
So I
That's
haven't-
good.
I haven't-
Keep that
It's Old
quiet.
West here.
Keep that quiet and
Yeah, exactly.
concealed.
Exactly.
I have an AR-15, which is the barrel is below 11 inches or below 16 inches. It's 10 and a half. No, 7.5. Little tiny barrel. And then it doesn't have it doesn't have a stock on it. It has a brace. So this AR-15 is about, if you can see me on the video, if you're watching.
Yeah, that's good.
It's about this big.
It's like a fish story.
Another fish story. Yeah.
So it's got a folding stock. I can put it in my saddlebag.
Yeah.
It's registered as a pistol. I still, to this day, do not know how that's even right.
So here's the thing: is even though that's considered a pistol here, if you were to travel to California with that, it'd be unlawful possession of an assault rifle. Even though
It would be locked in my saddlebag, and you'd need a search warrant to find it.
I love it.
I got my ways.
Yeah, California's got police have no authority down there.
Yeah.
You'd have to write 3 search warrants to even get in the saddlebag.
But you're right. You got to, like you said earlier, you need to know where you're going and where you're traveling through,
Yeah.
and make sure that you're abiding by their
magazines
their
the same way, right? If you're traveling, make sure you're not going to a state that doesn't have a magazine size restriction.
yeah.
You know what though? So with the
You got to
magazines,
stay qualified, Lurch.
the
sure.
magazine issues, and I'm only talking California. That is baloney, and so those guys you go to court.
Just
That's
say it. It's
baloney.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Just
it
say
is
it's bullshit.
It is bullshit. It is
Speak it,
bullshit.
Houston, you speak it.
Because you go to court and try to testify on somebody that you got with a 30-round magazine, and you cannot charge them for that for the penal code for the extended magazine
32,310.
unless you can prove that they specifically manufactured that magazine.
Correct. Because in April of 2019,
So it's not illegal.
Yeah. In April of 2019, we had a thing called Freedom Week where we could legally go purchase all these high capacity magazines before they became outlawed 7 days later.
Yeah.
So now it's up to law enforcement to prove that you unlawfully acquired them and you did not get them during April of 2019.
Oh, my God.
And that's happened in Washington, too. We've had 10-round magazines.
Yeah.
How's that
So-
working out for you? Because I know that just passed.
Well, it's gone. It goes back.
Did
It
it?
goes
Matt
back and
follows
forth.
this stuff more than me because
It's
I'm
just
current
fast.
Leo, so I don't care about
Right.
and I'll look it up if I.
But from my
I'm
understanding,
not too
that-
strict on that stuff.
When I bought my AR back in the day under the 10-round law, whatever, it says law enforcement. It's stamped. And
I bought a
had to-
pre-ban AR. Yeah.
And but the problem is like you're saying, these laws come and go. 10 rounds, 30 rounds, 100 rounds, whatever. And the problem is you can't say when it was produced.
Right.
So I could just tell you I bought it pre-ban and there's nothing you can do about it.
Or you could just say
Right.
nothing.
Or nothing at all. I mean, there's no
Right.
way to show when it was purchased.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
And-
crazy.
And
It's-
that's one of the crazy things about our political system is, we swing back and forth and laws go back and forth and it's just a mess.
I do appreciate. Go ahead.
I really do feel for the average citizen out there
I do.
trying to figure out as Leos,
That's why I'm not so strict on it.
It's a little bit easier.
Depending on what's going on.
We just grab our gun and we go.
Right.
Because of Leosa. But man, I feel for the average biker out there trying to figure out, can I carry my gun from Minnesota to California?
And I've been asked that question on the street before, and then it turns into this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you need to check with the local laws and the state laws, and I don't know what to tell you. Citizens want a yes or no answer, and I can't give you a yes or no answer.
I don't know that there is a yes or no answer. I think it is, you're good until you're not.
Right.
Just make good choices and figure out where you're going, pre-plan your trip, and make sure that you're carrying for all those states.
Or don't carry at all. I mean, if you're really worried about it.
Absolutely.
But I hate telling people that.
Carry a knife.
Because
Well, be careful with that too.
You can't even take a knife in California? Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, what size is it? How do you open that knife? Right? It's fucking stupid.
Like the one spring loaded we just opened.
That's not spring loaded.
These ones aren't. I have a couple spring loaded.
If it's spring assisted, you're fine.
Yeah. Spring assisted.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I forgot those ones weren't. It was the knife that I had before that was, I've got a couple.
Yeah.
One I carry on duty is total spring.
But I don't mean this as a negative or a derogatory thing, but I was there. I was a police officer for many years. But I can tell you this, don't rely on a law enforcement officer to teach you about gun laws. 95% of law enforcement officers, although they carry a gun, don't give two shits about having a fucking gun.
Right.
And if you follow their advice, that next cop you're going to run into is going to hook you up and put you in jail.
Yep. It's a good point.
Right or wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Right or wrong. They're going to do it, and then it's going to be a whole criminal trial until you figure out whether they were right or wrong. And so I was talking with Sam, and specifically California, their laws contradict each other. There's so many of their laws just absolutely contradict each other. This is how you transport a firearm, but you're not allowed to transport a firearm.
Right.
That's what are we doing?
Yeah.
So how do you carry a firearm? This is how you carry a firearm, but 25400A1 says you can't conceal a firearm in a vehicle.
Right.
What are we doing?
And then what is law enforcement supposed to do? Because there's no clear direction.
And you know what happens is
you don't do anything.
That person's, you either get an officer who goes, well, you're carrying it right that I know of, according to how they interpret the law, or you're not carrying it right according to how that officer interprets the law, and then you get charged with it, and then it goes to court, and then it depends on, it's all interpretation on how you read that and how you interpret it.
Yep. That sucks.
It is.
I just wish they would do like a lot of things. There's a lot of other laws on the books, that vary state to state. And I wish they would just do it federal and make one overall blanket federal law that all states have to follow. And this is the firearm rules. And if you get a permit, and all states have to reciprocate, but not going to happen. Not going to happen, guaranteed. Because California won't let it happen.
No. It sounds good in theory, but do you really want that to happen with the next elections coming up?
Yeah, because we're going to take over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because there's a little something called the Constitution. That's why.
Exactly. Right
but
there.
I will tell
Can
you
read that right there?
Look
over to your left, right there.
But
Second
you
Amendment.
know where I'm going with that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I bought a suppressor over a year ago. I'm still waiting.
Illegal.
No, I'm still waiting on the
Not in
federal,
Washington.
I'm still waiting on the federal tax stamp.
$200 tax stamp. Please wait your turn.
Yep.
9 months, 10 months.
Yep.
So it's been 14. I'm still waiting for my suppressor.
Off this podcast, I can give you a workaround on that.
Yeah, I know the workaround, but I didn't want to do a Formula One. Form 1 or whatever.
We actually fabricate them in the law-abiding biker shop.
Those are unlawful.
That piece of microphone stand we cut off to make it shorter. We're going to make a silencer after this podcast.
That's the LCP suppressor.
I can teach you a way to get your suppressor within 60 days and only cost you $150 immediately without a tax stamp.
And you got to go on your knees once.
Form 1?
Just once.
Yeah.
No, not a Form 1.
Oh. Silencer Co?
Nope.
They've got a new thing out too. But anyways, I bought mine like 14 months ago and I went through the whole thing. I'm still waiting for it.
Yep. We got a lot of guys at the department doing that too.
30 caliber rifle can.
It's so ridiculous because it has really nothing to do with safety or anything.
No, the problem is they have
purely just a
three
tax.
people. Yeah, they got 3 people in Washington doing all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the history of the tax stamp? So the history of the tax stamp is when the National Firearms Act was actually originated, $200 was an extraordinary amount of money. So the average person would not be able to afford to get an NFA item. Well, as you know, we move on into time, NFA always says $200. It's never been increased, and it never can because of the NFA Act. So that's why it's still $200.
Interesting. Very interesting.
All I know is they're taking their sweet ass time to prove my 30 caliber can.
Well, they when you did your background, they looked that you were a retired captain, and you're probably never going to get it. With that bombshell,
Already got the 22 caliber can. You can sell that.
dude. As soon as you put that on there, retired state patrol captain, like that fucker don't need no silencer. Denied. He just gets the rubber stamp, bro. Oh, now we appreciate our patron members. We want to get to know you better. We want you to get benefits. We want you in the private Facebook group and all the other benefits that come along with it. But for whatever reason, you don't want to become a patron member right now, and you just want to leave a flat donation. We never balk at a flat donation, and Lurch wants to thank the following people for flat donations.
Edward Benningbing of Jackson, Vermont. Douglas Emerson and Peter Hondo.
And thank you, lawabidingbiker.com/donate. And if you just go to our homepage of our website, there's a donate button there too. There you go. Houston needs it. If you need a cell phone or GPS motorcycle mounting solution, get the Biker Gripper. It is the sexiest, sleekest, strongest cell phone and GPS motorcycle mount on the market, guaranteed. Use it to mount your cell phone, GPS device, radar detectors, EFI tuners, toll transponders, and so much more. Tried and tested right here by the law-abiding biker crew. Thousands of miles, multiple wrecks, including high sides. The phone stayed in there, and you don't need a proprietary case to put it in there. You can use the case of your choice. It's got 18 pounds grip strength, guys. Your phone is not coming out of that thing, and we believe in it so much, we mushroom stamped our logo on it. That's because I knew Lurch was going to say it. Available.
You saw me reaching in.
There's only one place you can get it exclusively. It's got the Biker Gripper logo on it, and it's from our store, lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up with it, guys. All right, we are bumping up. Make sure to go over to YouTube, youtube.com/Ryan Erlacher. Subscribe, guys. We're at about 170K subscribers. As soon as we hit 200K, I'm going to release my Sturgis documentary for free on the YouTube channel. I'm very proud of it. If you want to get it now and don't want to wait for the 200K, you can get it at lawabidingbiker.com/ride-now. And it's just $7.95. You can get that and kick back, have a drink, enjoy that. Facebook.com/lawabidingbiker. We're bumping up Instagram. We're getting a ton of new followers. Been doing a lot of stuff over there with reels and behind the scenes stuff. You can follow me at Scrappy, SCRAPPY 587. Again, that's Instagram at Scrappy 587, Twitter at lawabidingbiker, and of course over on patreon.com/Scrappy, SCRAPPY, or just head over to patreon.com and search for Ryan Erlacher. You'll find me as a content creator over there. You can become a member, and all the information's over there. Don't forget, guys, if you are a current Patreon member, we really need you to grab your YouTube channel URL. If you have a Gmail account or you're signed into Google in any way, you have a YouTube channel, you just don't know it, just go to your YouTube channel, grab that URL, and put it in your Patreon account. There's a place for it, along with your Facebook and all that. The reason is, once you do that and you comment on any of our videos on YouTube, we can see that you're a patron member, and we can give you extra special attention and make sure to get to your comments first. We like to take care of our patron members. Thanks for listening.